We've talked a lot about the Cardano versus SEC issue here in the past couple days, and I wanted to bring you another one because we have some interesting news to share with you, and it's basically how the new upgrade, how CIP-1694, which, don't worry, we're going to dive into what this means and what it is, how it could provide solutions and help Cardano move forward with, basically not being classified as a security. That's the goal here. And everybody's playing the cat and mouse game, right? It's like they don't know exactly what they have to do because there's not a lot of clarity, but they have some inclination on what they should do to not be classified as a security. They're going off the Howey test and some of the things that have been set in place for stocks, even though this is a different asset class and there's absolutely no clarity, which I think is strategic by the SEC. It keeps everybody running around with their, like chickens with their head cut off. But Cardano has a plan, and that's good. And Charles Hoskinson has been very upfront, and he's been in Washington, right? He's meeting with regulators. He's trying to do whatever needs to be done to not be classified as a security. Keep in mind, a lot of the top Cardano whales are still here. We did dial back a little bit in the price. It was down about 8-9% yesterday. We're still not down to these really cheap lows that we saw last year. Cardano got down to 25 cents, right, last year. So, again, never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. We're not down there yet. Cardano sitting today, and we're going to dive into this article here in just a second. Cardano sitting today at about 33 cents, give or take. You can see here in the last 7 days, it has tumbled. I'm going to continue to hold my position. I have a huge amount of Cardano, okay? And I still believe in them long term. Even if things don't shake out in the United States, Cardano's not going to go anywhere. They're just going to move outside the U.S. and operate somewhere else, right? So hopefully that doesn't happen. But let's dive in and see how they're trying to save themselves from being labeled as a security and get in good graces here with Gary Gensler. So that is the goal, right? How CIP-1694 could provide some solutions here. So the SEC has labeled Cardano as an unregistered security. That doesn't mean anything. It's just a label. Now you go to court. It's going to be months, probably years, drawn-out processes, right? But the SEC's claims have put pressure on exchanges to delist Cardano now. A Cardano proposal could address the SEC's concerns, though, and that's what we're going to focus on. That is the upcoming CIP-1694 update, which could address the SEC's concerns by transforming the proof-of-stake chain into a framework that aligns with SEC's regulatory requirements, at least what Cardano has to go off of, right? Now, in its case against Binance, the SEC made several claims about Cardano, alleging it to be an unregistered security. However, according to IOHK, the company behind Cardano, these claims were based on factual inaccuracies. Chris O says, Cardano community, having read the specific complaint relevant to ADA, in my honest opinion, it is an extremely weak argument made by the SEC. They completely omit the ICO took place in Japan and was not available to United States investors. This was something I read weeks ago, actually, because that's a big point that the SEC is trying to make, that they basically, if you had an initial coin offering, an ICO, that you essentially have to register as a security. Now, that's not written anywhere. That's just, they're making that a point, a rule that's unwritten, right? Because a lot of companies went this route, but there was nothing set in stone. But what makes it different here for Cardano is they were smart enough to not have their ICO take place in the United States. Because there were those uncertainties, they did it in Japan, and their ICO was not available to U.S. investors. Now, Cardano is available to U.S. investors on the heels of exchanges listing them after the ICO. So this is why Chris O is saying a really weak argument. Again, this is going to go to court. It's going to, just like the XRP case, it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, probably 2+ years. These things don't end quickly, right? Anytime you go into the legal system, it's a long, drawn-out process. It says they claim the three founding entities are centralized oligarchy. Okay, that he goes on there. Not important. That's really the important point. Okay. In its complaint, the SEC failed to recognize Cardano's preparation for its final development stage, Voltaire. In this stage, Cardano will facilitate the transfer of control from IOHK to the community, making the network truly decentralized. To make this transition possible, the network needs to implement this important CIP-1694, which will play a crucial role here in Cardano's journey toward true decentralization and hold the potential to address the SEC's concerns regarding protocol ownership. So this was always in the cards, And again, Charles doing everything he can to have Cardano in the good graces of the people making decisions here in the U.S. That's what we've got for you here in this video. Appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think on this too down below. This is a heavily talked about issue right now across the board, and a lot of people have been interested, judging from the people who've watched these 2 previous videos I made on this topic in the last couple days. So looking forward to hearing from you down below. See ya.